Hi FlossTube. I'm here to do my October WIP update and more stash. Laurel's naughty clicky finger continued into October, and it stopped now. I got the last thing that I had on order tonight, so I'm going to do my video tonight. And yeah, I stopped buying stash, but yeah, I've still been spending crazy amounts of money. I really need to stop. All I'll say is Louis Vuitton. If the name Louis Vuitton means anything to you, yeah, I've been spending crazy amounts of money. Not really sure why, but clearly I've been engaging in a lot of retail therapy. Anyway, on to October WIPs. Means of the seasons. In September I worked on her dress, spring's dress, and I didn't quite finish it, but for October I moved on to the border, and I'll show you where I am. I finished all of the brown border all the way around. It's kind of large, huh? I finished all of the brown border, but as you can see, I haven't really done very much on the flowers. I did a little tiny bit of the flowers right here. There's just a few stitches in there, and they're light pink. You can barely see them, and there's that one little leaf right there. And that's all I've done. Frankly, I got done with the border and I kind of burned out on it. And I haven't really worked on it for about a week and a half now. So hopefully I'll get back to it soon. For November, I wanted to do the dress on summer. So hopefully on Monday or maybe over the weekend, I'll get motivated to get back to it, because I really would still like to finish it this year. I really kind of put the hurt on myself by not doing the flowers, but we'll see. If it goes into next year, it goes into next year. But I really would like to finish it. So there's that, and then that's just about the only piece that I worked on this month, which probably explains why I burned out on it. I worked on, oh, I thought it was in here. Let me go grab it. Got it. I joined the Mill Hill Sal for Cross Stitch and Discuss, which I think was on October 5th maybe, or October 2nd, sometime at the beginning of October, or something. So the one that I chose was the squirrel in their Autumn Harvest collection, and I haven't really gotten very far on it. I only worked on it that one day, the day that the sale started, and this is all I've gotten on it. You can't really see that, can you? Let's try this. There we go. I did part of his cheek and part of, I think that's the top of his tail that goes behind his head. So that's all I've done on it, and that was really the only other thing I worked on this month. So we'll see what happens for November. I'm hoping to get to Summer's dress. I um, might work on Quaker Game Board for a while. I might work on the squirrel. I don't know. We'll see what happens for November. So, that was that. On to Stash Haul. Yeah, I'm basically going to do these in the order that they're stacked next to me. There's no real order to this. Let me move this. Yeah, there's really no order except what's stacked next to me. I got this yesterday, actually. I was hoping these two would come together, and they didn't. This came yesterday, and the last one came today. I got my Arezzo kit. So this is Nora Corbett's Arezzo, which, again, was an exclusive design to Casa Sanina in Italy. And it finally became available in the United States. So she sent me... it's available from Mayanne at Bush Mountain Stitchery. And she gives you the pattern and the fabric and the beads. So this is a candidate for my January 1st Mirabilia South start. Either this or Letters from Nora L. So I got that. This is the thing that I got today that I was hoping would come yesterday, and it didn't. This I was enabled into by several of you, frankly. Several of you have stitched this in. But the first person I saw with it was one of the very first videos I saw on FlossTube. It might have been the first video that I saw on FlossTube. And it was Jessie Marie. And she was talking about how she was stitching along on it with Palette PC, Bev at Palette PC, and Aish at Sticky Stitch. And I think Bev and Aish had already finished theirs, and Jessie was kind of lagging behind. But it is Nora Corbett's Gigi. So she's kind of grown on me. The more people that stitch her, I like her. So I got her from a seller on Stash and Load. And then this is something that I was enabled into by two people. One of them was Tara C. And the other one was Katie, the Stash Queen. And I found this on eBay. This is Glendon Place's limited edition mixed berry cheesecake from their dessert collection. Dessert mandalas. So, thank you, Tara C. and Katie. So I got that. I got one of these issues of World of Cross Stitch magazine, and it comes with this really cute bear design. I think I might stitch this for a friend. Yeah, I might change the colors because my friend is in a mixed race relationship, so I might change the colors to reflect him and his spouse. But they're cute. And another free gift from World of Cross Stitching magazine, the floral bookmark. So that's pretty. I don't really know that I'm going to stitch it, but it's pretty. It's not a terribly high priority for me. This I do want to stitch. Probably not this year, but next year. This is also from Stash Unload. This is the Sweetheart Trees D is for Dog. Can't really see it very well, but it's going to have to do because it's taped shut, and I'm not going to sit here and try to open it. So it's got some dogs and some dog-related items. So this is one of the things that I'd like to do next year. Maybe I'll talk a little bit about what I'm thinking about for next year after the stash haul. So this is um, from Country Cottage Needleworks, and it's called Bunny Hop. And I just thought this was cute. This is another thing that I got on Stash and Load. And it says hippity hop, hippity hop. It's got the bunnies and the house, the trees, and I just thought it was cute. It's a cute springy project. Not quite Eastery, even though it has the bunnies, but it's springy and it's happy. So I thought that was cute. This is also from Little House Needleworks, and this is not really a stitched model. This is just a computer image of the chart. But this is called Comfort, and it says, "May your unfailing love be my comfort." And that looks like a quick little stitch. So I got that. This, if you remember last month, I had showed you my Threads Through Time sampler, the little grape sampler on the silk gauze. And I found one of their other designs on Stash and Load, and I got that. This is called Acorn Sampler. It's also by Threads Through Time. My concern about this, however, is that I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, and I kind of am hesitant to take it out of the bag, but the silk gauze that's in there, you can't really see that. But the silk gauze that's in there is just loose. When I bought Threads, the grape sampler, and when I got the Crynit kit, the gauze came mounted on a card. And this is just loose. There's some instructions on here on how to mount it, but I find it to be a little intimidating. So here's another free gift from World of Cross Stitching, which I may have shown last month, which is the hedgehog. So he's cute. And more of Laurel and her obsession with Dimensions Daydreams. I also got these on Stash and Load. Most of this came off Stash and Load. The Christmas tree. This is called, what is it? I know these have titles. Harmony Under Glass. It's written in big letters there, Laurel. So it's got the tree. It says Welcome Friends. And I also got this one. Oh, no. That's not called Harmony Under Glass. That's the name of the line. It's called, what is it called? It doesn't have a title. Maybe it's just called Welcome Friends. I don't know. It doesn't have a title listed on here. This one has a title. This one is called Santa's List. And there's a Santa. I like these cute little Santa designs. You know, the really small ones that just take a few hours to stitch. I try to stitch a Santa each year. And these are great. The one I want to stitch this year, I don't have it available here. But the one I want to stitch this year, if I make the time for it, is the Red Santa by Imaginating. I have it all kitted up. I was going to stitch it, I was going to start it for the Christmas sale in Cross Stitch and Discuss when it was starting Thanksgiving, but they moved it to October. And I didn't participate in October. I was still focused on Mains of the Seasons. But I think I may start it over Thanksgiving. I'm going to have some time off over Thanksgiving. That Monday before Thanksgiving is my regular day off. And then Thursday and Friday are holidays. So I think I'm going to take that Tuesday and Wednesday. And I got to do some homework. And then maybe I'll start my Santa project during that week. Another gift from World of Cross Stitch that I may have shown already, but the Seashore Sampler. Again, not sure that I'll stitch it. Marilyn Levitt in Bloom. Told in the Garden line. This is Blueberry Homecoming. Sorry about the glare, you guys. So that's Blueberry Homecoming. She also had Raspberry Homecoming, but I didn't get that one. This is also Marilyn. I love this one. I might do this one next year. This is Told in the Garden's Voice of the Shepherd. I really like that one. With the sheep. I have this thing for sheep, apparently. Another Nora Corbett snag, which I was very happy about. This is Nora Corbett's Poppy Fairy, Poppy Pixie. So I was glad to get her. This is Lizzie Kate. I know she's been very, very popular lately with all of her lesson series. This is Come with Thankful Hearts, and it's just a nice fall design. Thanksgiving. Has the pumpkin, the acorn, and the sunflower, and the leaf, and I think there's a corn cob on the end. Yeah, cob of corn. So I thought that was just a nice autumn design. We'll get back to this one in a minute. What's this? This was on my wish list, and I spotted it on Stash and Load, so I grabbed it. This is from White Willow Stitching. This is the tribal Santa hat, and it says Happy Holidays in the white part of the hat. I've never stitched any of these tribal designs. This is the first one I've gotten. So. Back to Marilyn. This is Oh Christmas Tree, with the children standing by the tree, or decorating the tree. This, I snagged a Terrence Nolan. I think in my May video I had shown you my Terrence Nolan stash. I got another one that I found on Stash Unload. This is his Santa baby, and it's a hummingbird wearing a Santa hat. And it's I think it's a very true to life hummingbird, because his head is colorful, but the rest of him is kind of, gray and green. So yay for Terrence Nolan stash. The Crossed Wing collection. This is my second one of these. This is the commemorative hummingbirds of the world. This is Costa's hummingbird from 2001. I stitched another one of these. I stitched 2005's Anna's hummingbird, and I gave that to my friend Anna for her birthday about 2008. So this one I'm going to keep. Maybe I'll give it to Anna. I don't know. And following in Tara C's Biscornupalooza footsteps, I got another Biscornu pattern. This is Halloween pumpkins from the Sweetheart Tree. That's what that says, right? Yeah. Halloween pumpkins by the Sweetheart Tree. It's another Biscornu to go with the one I had last month. The cherry blossom one, I think. And another autumn design. This is by Heart and Hand this time, and it's called Autumn Medley. And it says, sweet treats, friends to meet, pumpkin fun, autumn's come. So, I thought that was cute. Autumn and winter are very stitchable seasons. They have a lot of little motifs and a lot of fun things to stitch, and snowmen and leaves and pumpkins, and they're just fun seasons to stitch. And then these are some cardboard bobbins that somebody that I bought some stash from on Stash Unload sent along with my purchase. They're printable, and you can cut them out. They give you the cutting lines, and you have some printable bobbins, which make them really inexpensive. You just print them out from your computer. So, thank you to her. I'm sorry I don't know who it was. I got so much stuff. I don't know who sent what. But this is also by the Sweetheart Tree. And it's another autumn themed thing. I must have been in an autumn kind of mood when I was shopping. This is the Abundant Acorn Sampler by the Sweetheart Tree. And this is one of their signature band sampler pieces. And it says, oh, it doesn't say anything. It has the alphabet in the middle. So there's that. So that's my stash. The last piece that I got is kind of stash. It's kind of a different type of stash. So the lovely Melissa at Doodlehead Stitches had mentioned in one of her videos that she had abandoned several of her projects, and she just decided that she wasn't going to finish them, and they weren't how she wanted to use her stitching time. She's a very talented, busy crafting lady, so she has lots of things going and lots of different crafts. So she decided that these were not things that she wanted to spend her time on anymore. So she had mentioned on her videos that she was giving up some of her pieces, but she didn't really say what they were. And later on, that same day or the next day, I was looking for something else online, and I came across her blog where she has her pieces listed, and she had put on there which pieces she was giving up. And I was kind of interested because there were a couple of pieces I knew she was working on that I had seen in her videos that I was interested in. So when I saw that they were on the list of the pieces that she had given up on, I was like, ooh, are you adapting those out? Can I have it? And I really only asked for one. But, so I left her a comment, and she messaged me later and said, yeah, if you want it, I'll send it to you. And so she did. And the piece that I got was Mirabilia's Deco Spirits. And she sent me her piece, which Melissa, hi Melissa, her piece is gorgeous, you guys. It is just beautiful. And she has, as you can see, she's got almost 75% of it done. She's done earth and water, and she's done a bunch of the fire, and there's just air left. I hope I didn't mix those up. I may have mixed those up. Yeah, she's done fire, and so there's just air left. But it is just beautiful, and it's sparkly, and Melissa, you did a fabulous job on it, and I thank you so much for sending it to me. But this is also going to be on my list for next year, is to finish my adopted piece here of Melissa's Deco Spirits. WIP adoption, you guys, is a wonderful thing, and we all have pieces that we start and we're like, I'm not interested in this. I'm not having fun with it. My reason for wanting to stitch it no longer exists. Whatever happens, you decide I'm not going to stitch this. And I would encourage you to consider posting them for adoption or posting them for sale. Stash and Load allows you to do it. I'm sure most of the buy and sell groups allow it. And there's plenty of stitching communities that will allow you to either give or sell your UFOs that you don't intend to finish. And just because it doesn't make you happy doesn't mean that it's not going to make somebody else happy. Melissa's Deco Spirits made me very happy. So that's my stash and my WIP adoption. A little bit about what I'm thinking for next year. I'm kind of torn. Maybe you guys can vote. Give me your opinion. I have my list like I had this year. I had a list of 10 projects this year. Next year I have a list, I think it has 8 projects on it, of existing WIPs, new starts, things I want to work on, things I want to finish, stitch-alongs, like the Mirabilia stitch-along, the Chatelaine stitch-along, existing WIPs, because I'm still trying to work my WIP list down. So I have that on one hand, and on the other hand, I have pieces like the Sweetheart Trees Dias for Dog, and the Little House Needleworks pieces, and the Country Cottage Needleworks pieces, and my whole basket of just little quick stitches that I seem to always overlook and I never get around to. And I was thinking that maybe it would be fun just to take a year and just stitch up all those little quick pieces that I always seem to overlook, and I always tend to gravitate towards the larger, more substantial projects. And there's a part of me that doesn't really like the idea of not working on any of my existing WIPs, because I really do want to work my list down. So I'm probably going to end up with some kind of hybrid of picking maybe 2 or 3 WIPs to work on, and then working on a bunch of these smaller pieces. I'm not really sure, but I like the idea of working on some of these smaller pieces that I may never get to if I just leave it to, let me leave that till I feel like it. So I kind of like the idea of being intentional about, let me just stitch a bunch of these, get a bunch of finishes, reduce a bunch of stash. But on the other hand, I don't want to leave my larger WIPs neglected for a year. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. If you have an opinion, if you have any suggestions, feel free to leave it in the comments. And I think that's all I have for you this month. Another stash item that I bought actually last month, and I forgot to mention it last month, is Haid was having a sale, I think for Labor Day probably, and I bought Faces of Fairy. I think it's Faces of Fairy 208. It's the one with the gold dragonfly on it from Jasmine Beckett Griffith. And I also bought Jasmine Beckett Griffith's Mini Alice in Snow White. I don't have pictures of them. My printer doesn't work. But I'm sure you've all seen them a million times. So I also have those. This latest sale that she had where it was 45%, I had kind of intended to participate and I ended up not. I was too busy with Mr. Vuitton and his friends. Yeah, this high-end purse habit I'm developing is very dangerous. So there was that. And yeah, I think that's all I have for you. So I hope y'all are having a wonderful stitching month and stitching week. And happy Halloween is coming up on Saturday. And I can't believe it's the end of October. You believe it? We're almost done with 2015. It seems like it was just like yesterday that we were all talking about what our 2015 plans were. And here we are almost at the end already. So, I will see you guys next month. At some point between Thanksgiving and whatever. So, that's it. Bye.